Let me ask you a question. What would you do if millions of people were attacking you online, calling you a failure, a fraud, or worse? Would you waste time responding to every insult? Would you let their words consume you? Or would you ignore the noise and stay focused on what actually matters? Take Elon Musk, one of the most criticized people on the planet. Every single day, people drag his name through the mud. They say his companies will fail, that he's a liar, that he's reckless. But does he waste time arguing? No. Instead, he focuses on building Tesla, SpaceX, and pushing humanity forward. That's Stoicism in action. Or think about Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players in history. In high school, he was cut from the team. He could have gotten angry, blamed the coach, and given up. But he didn't. He controlled what he could, his effort, his mindset. That's why he became a legend. The reality is this: people will insult you. Life will throw challenges at you. The question is, will you let it control you? Or will you master your mind and stay unshaken? By the end of this video, you'll have a foolproof strategy to stay unbothered no matter what life throws at you. You'll learn the exact Stoic techniques used by some of the greatest minds in history, from Marcus Aurelius to Warren Buffett, from Nelson Mandela to Tom Brady. If you've ever wasted energy getting angry at something outside your control, this video is for you. And if you want to develop unshakable mental toughness, hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about helping you build resilience, focus, and success. Now, let's get started. Segment 1. The power of control. What you can and cannot change. Imagine you start a company, and in the first few years, people call it a joke. Investors doubt you. Competitors mock you. What do? This was Jeff Bezos in the early days of Amazon. He didn't have fancy offices. He didn't have unlimited money. He didn't even turn a profit for years. Most people in his position would have gotten frustrated, given up, or lashed out at critics. But Bezos understood one thing: complaining about what you can't control is wasted energy. So instead of worrying about criticism, he focused on what he could control: building Amazon, improving customer experience, and making the best long-term decisions. The result? He became the richest man in the world. You might not be building Amazon, but think about your daily life. You're stuck in traffic, horns blaring, people cutting you off. You feel the frustration bubbling up. Your boss sends an annoying email that ruins your mood. Someone spreads false rumors about you. In each situation, you cannot control the traffic, your boss's attitude, or what people say about you. But what you can control is your response. Worrying about things outside your control drains your energy. Stoicism teaches us to focus only on what we can change. Next time you feel frustration, pause and ask yourself one simple question: can I control this? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, take action instead of stressing. This is the mental filter that Stoics use daily. Oprah Winfrey, one of the most powerful women in media today, was once fired from her job as a news anchor. She could have gotten angry, blamed her boss, or let bitterness consume her. Instead, she focused on what she could control: improving her craft, developing her unique style, and working harder than ever. Today, she's a billionaire and an inspiration to millions. When things go wrong, don't waste energy complaining. Instead, ask yourself, what's in my control? Segment 2. Emotional control. How to stay calm under pressure. Think about LeBron James, one of the most scrutinized athletes in the world. Every game, thousands of fans boo him, insult him, criticize his every move. Analysts say he's overrated. Social media rips him apart when he loses. Most people would crack under that pressure. They'd lash out, complain, or let negativity destroy them. But what does LeBron do? He stays locked in. He trains harder. He lets his work speak for itself. This is the power of emotional control. They think about how much energy you've wasted on anger, frustration, or overreacting. You snap at someone and regret it later. You hold a grudge that drains your focus. You let one bad moment ruin your entire day. The Stoics teach us, emotions are like fire. If you don't control them, they consume you. Anger, frustration, and stress don't solve problems. They just make things worse. Next time something triggers you, follow these 3 steps. Step 1, pause before reacting. When you feel anger rising, stop. Take 5 deep breaths before doing anything. This forces your brain out of reaction mode. Step 2, reframe the situation. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If not, don't waste energy on it. Most things we get angry about aren't worth it in the long run. Step 3, redirect your energy. Instead of arguing, improve. Instead of complaining, execute. In 1985, Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he co-founded. He could have stayed bitter, blamed others, or let his emotions destroy him. But instead, he redirected his energy. He built Pixar, which became the most successful animation studio in history. Then he returned to Apple years later and turned it into the most valuable company in the world. That's the power of emotional control. Instead of reacting, use setbacks to fuel your next move. Segment 3, Mastering Your Perspective, How to See Challenges Differently. Let's talk about Nelson Mandela. He was imprisoned for 27 years, nearly 3 decades of his life taken away. Most people would become bitter. They'd waste their years angry at the world. But Mandela didn't see himself as a victim. He used his time in prison to develop wisdom, patience, and mental toughness. That's why, when he was finally freed, he didn't seek revenge. He led a nation. Your perspective shapes your reality. How often do we make things worse by seeing them the wrong way? You lose your job, you see it as a disaster instead of an opportunity. Someone insults you, you take it personally instead of ignoring it. You fail at something, you think it's the end instead of a lesson. Stoicism teaches us, the problem is never the problem. The problem is how you see the problem. Here's how to train your mind to see challenges differently. Step 1. Shift from why is this happening to me to what can I learn from this. Every challenge contains hidden lessons. Instead of complaining, look for opportunities to grow. Step 2. See struggles as training. If life is hard, it's making you stronger. Instead of resisting challenges, use them to develop resilience. Step 3. Always ask, what's the opportunity here? In every failure, there's a next move you can make. In every insult, there's a chance to stay unbothered. When Thomas Edison's laboratory burned down, destroying years of work, most people would have lost their minds. But what did Edison say? Good, now we can start fresh. Instead of wasting energy on what was lost, he focused on what he could create next. That's the Stoic mindset, seeing setbacks as stepping stones. Segment 4. Detachment from opinions, how to stop caring about what others think. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and Roman emperors, ruled over an empire of millions. He faced betrayal, criticism, and constant judgment, but he remained unshaken. His mindset? You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. He understood that other people's opinions are not his responsibility. Now think about how much time and energy we waste worrying about what others think. You hesitate to start a business because you're afraid of judgment. You stay silent in a meeting to avoid criticism. You let one negative comment ruin your entire day. Here's the truth. No matter what you do, people will judge you. If you succeed, they'll criticize you. If you fail, they'll criticize you. So why waste energy trying to please everyone? Use these 3 Stoic techniques to stop caring about what others think. Step 1. Zoom out and see the bigger picture. Ask yourself, will this opinion matter in a year? Most judgments are temporary and irrelevant. Step 2. Realize that everyone is focused on themselves. People aren't thinking about you as much as you think. They're too busy worrying about their own problems. Step 3. Define your own standards. Instead of measuring yourself by others' opinions, define success on your own terms. What do you want to achieve? Focus on that. When Jay-Z started his music career, every record label rejected him. People laughed at him. Critics said he'd fail. He could have let that doubt stop him, but instead he built his own record label. Today, he's a billionaire. Jay-Z's mindset. I'm not competing with anyone, I'm just doing my thing. Stop seeking approval. Do your thing. Segment 5. Turning obstacles into fuel. The Stoic way to overcome anything. When the Wright brothers tried to build the first airplane, people mocked them. Experts said flight was impossible. But instead of getting discouraged, they used every failure as fuel. They tested, adapted, and pushed forward until they succeeded. Obstacles are not stop signs. They are signals to get stronger. Most people give up too early because they see obstacles as problems, not opportunities. They start a business and quit after the first failure. They try a new skill but stop because it's hard. They face rejection and decide to never try again. Stoicism flips this mindset. Obstacles are the way forward. Follow these 3 Stoic steps to turn obstacles into fuel. Step 1. See every problem as training. Every challenge is preparing you for something bigger. Instead of complaining, ask, how is this making me stronger? Step 2. Use rejection as redirection. If something doesn't work, see it as a lesson, not a loss. The universe isn't stopping you, it's redirecting you. Step 3. Embrace failure as part of success. Every great person failed more than they succeeded. The difference: they didn't quit. Before becoming a movie star, a governor, and a champion bodybuilder, Arnold Schwarzenegger faced rejection everywhere. Hollywood told him his accent was too weird. Directors said he was too big to be an actor. People laughed at his dreams. But he ignored the noise and used every setback as motivation. Today, he's one of the most successful people in history. Obstacles are not the end, they're the beginning. Let's bring it all together. If you apply these Stoic principles, you will never get angry or bothered again. Control what you can, ignore the rest. Master your emotions, don't let them control you. Change your perspective, see challenges as training. Detach from opinions, what people think doesn't matter. Turn obstacles into fuel, use setbacks as motivation. Before you go, I want you to do something powerful. Tonight, take 5 minutes and write down 1. 3 things you're currently stressed about. 2. Ask yourself, can I control these? 3. If yes, take action. If no, let them go. This exercise will change your mindset forever. If this video helped you see life differently, do 3 things. Hit the like button so more people can learn these Stoic principles. Drop a comment, what's one thing you're letting go of today? Subscribe for weekly Stoic wisdom, because mental toughness is built daily. Remember, you are in control. Now go out and apply these Stoic lessons starting today.